and, I mean, risking yourself in their...
I appreciate you more. Tell me what...
I really like you.
I can still make music and people are still buying. Sometimes I look myself minimal IO.
Akpala music is for mature-minded people. I got DMs sometimes from Malawi, like,
Sleeping early.
Members know creativity turns me much. You send a typical horse an email. We don't even read the entire email. We read the first 3 lines, we conclude. Something is posted on social media, you read the first 2 lines, you share. You don't
just the headline, not even...
You know, just the headline, and you share it, and you know, so many things like that. So it's very critical when you see the level of thinking of some people and some reasoning. And instead of us to be disappointed, I think we should begin to understand that the work that needs to be done is coming closer. Instead of us to find it, it's coming right where we are, and we can then fix it. So the next time somebody blogs something rubbish or trash about you on any digital platform, do not get angry about that person. Look at that person. Oh, your one work that needs to be fixed. You fix Nigeria 1% at a time. And you're like, you correct that person publicly, teach the person, and you've impacted knowledge, and that's fine. Yes.
So one of the major fear of some people I would consider having brilliant ideas in their closet is the fear of their ideas being stolen from them, like intellectual property and all that. Do you think that fear should be entertained?
If I'm going to sit here and tell you right now that your idea belongs to just you, or you have the only idea, then I'm talking trash. It's never possible. The moment you're thinking it, another person is, 1,000 other people are thinking the same thing you're thinking. And the moment you start talking about it, at least it has started. And that kind of gives you a kind of sense of urgency to want to implement this idea. Because you know yourself that you've thrown this thing to the air. Anybody can take it. I think that kind of like brings that sense of urgency. The moment you still keeping it inside of you, then it gets deeper and maybe wasted. You know, a lot of people die with something I call business miscarriages. The ideas even die inside before it comes out there. So I believe you can give birth to every goddamn idea that comes inside of you. It's very important. You're getting it for a reason. Bring it out. I personally, because of what I do, it's different. It's a vision. And I always say, an idea can be stolen, but you can never copy a vision. It's impossible. So it depends on also what you're looking at or what you're working on. There are some things that you are doing that no one else can copy. If it's a vision-driven initiative, that day you will know that you called for this. It stands out. It's different. It impacts just everybody around you, not just you. It's not just profit. It's a social kind of thing to it, or it's something that affects the entire universe. So you can't call that kind of movement an idea. That's a vision that can never be copied. But for your ideas, it can, of course, easily be copied. But unfortunately, you cannot keep it inside. You have to bring it out. Then it gives you the sense of urgency to execute.
Okay, so I'm going to ask again. I mean, 12.6 million people is more than the population of some countries. So what's the future plan? What's the next step for AYE now?
Okay, it's quite a lot we're doing. I think because I work with a bunch of creative people, it's one thing that you have to stay ahead on, or else you're going to become irrelevant. So the moment they are thinking, I'm also thinking very fast so that I can keep being relevant as president, or else my team works so fast that they're just going to kick me out and say, hey, you know what, you're not even creative enough anymore.
Just be the founder.
Just continue. So I'm running as much as I can to make things, come up and listen to God and say, what do you have for us? But of course, you should look out for the Entrepreneurship Village coming soon. I won't tell you where it's coming from. Africa's Entrepreneurs Bank coming soon. We've been able to execute the first and largest entrepreneurs cooperative in the world, which is the AYE Trust Fund. Now it's called the Entrepreneurs Trust Fund. And this is just a lot. Of course, Africa's Entrepreneurship University, these are things that is going to be happening in the nearest future. Remember, the minimum we see is 10, 20 years. So I see 50, 60 years. So don't ask me that question. I will start telling you something that will happen in 100 years.
Okay, so the coming soon you mentioned that you're not sharing with us. Does it have anything to do with your recent visit to the Silicon Valley or Facebook office?
Yeah, obviously that had a lot to do with our cooperative, because that's why quite impactful, having a cooperative for entrepreneurs. We feel very neglected. Remember, I indicated the fact that a lot of people run away from investing in these guys because they believe that they are too risky for financial commitment. And so we came together to say, you know what, with this database, how about we form the first and largest entrepreneurship cooperative backed with technology. Remember, it's a normal cooperative. Isusu, Ajo, I don't know what it's been called in different African times. And that was the African banking way. That was the African banking system. So what we now did, creativity, is to apply creativity, back it up with technology, and trust the international world to embrace beautiful things when they say it. So that was why the invitation was sent that, you know, what are you building here? We kind of like interested, and trust me to be Pan-African, to be called. You know,
so we should expect a huge partnership coming soon.
That partnership self is just a partnership. We will not let them hijack what belongs to us. It's strictly for Africans.
Okay, so visiting Silicon Valley, that's like the leading tech community in the world right now. Looking at what you saw there, the interactions and everything, where would you say we are as a people in Nigeria and Africa, talking about the fourth industrial revolution and tech?
Firstly, I'm going to talk about the bicycles. As small as a bicycle. Can you ride a bicycle to work? I'm asking you a question. That's the difference. That's as simple as that. You get into the valley and got into Google campus, and there are no cars. You got to ride a bicycle from one point to another. And it's just beautiful watching that, you know, and you begin to wonder. By the time I come here with a bicycle now, you know, there's already an impression about me. And you don't understand that I'm trying to save the planet because of the emissions and stuff like that. So our thinking, our own perception of how we evaluate people based on what they have or who they know, it's really far behind. We can use the simplest thing to make the biggest efforts in implementing so many things we want to have an impact with. So Africa needs to be, to slow down on materials and be very...
Material things.
Yeah, and be very, use that energy to seek and acquire knowledge, because it's very powerful. Knowledge is the most important gift and the most expensive gift you can give anybody. Your teacher told you this thing, it's a cup. At what age did she tell you that? Do you remember?
Primary age.
Primary age. What if you pissed her off and she saw you last week and she told you this thing is a wristwatch? She can't take it back, right? You already know it's a cup. That's how powerful knowledge is. Once given, it can never be taken back. So you should acquire more.
Okay, so the type of content we consume here in Nigeria and in Africa, youth especially, does it worry you? Do you look at it and wonder where the future of Africa is? Even if you are very optimistic about where we are supposed to be or where we are heading to, does it worry you, the content consumption?
Remember, we use challenge for strength. Yes, it does. What they're assimilating every time on a daily basis bothers us. But the fact that they're interested in assimilating during that platform, using that model, interests us. So, okay, since they like to dance and they like to laugh, that's all what they like. And that's the medium. So can we use that medium to pass some knowledge to them? That's how we are beginning to see things. Even with our reality TV show, there's some elements of things that make people feel a little bit relaxed, not making it too serious, so that at least we can hold the target audience and then feed them the right thing they need to hear. So the fact that they are hungry for whatever information they're coming to get interests us. But what they're getting currently, I must say that personally, I'm not too impressed. I feel like we can do better. It's not just government regulations or all those things. No, those things don't really work. I think it starts between you and I, you plus TV Africa. What are you throwing out there? What are you showing people from the media industries? What are you educating people about? How are you celebrating the successes of this story? And how are you telling the story of Africa? How are you portraying Africa? It's very key. And I think it's very important. You would see a media house, no media house in America will show the American soldier losing any war in any movie produced. You always find American soldier will win. FBI will capture the bad guy. This will happen. But watch the Nigerian movie. By the day you see the policeman, even a 4-year-old child would not want to be like a policeman. But if a US boy is here, an FBI, he wants to become a policeman.
So we need to use entertainment to shape the perception.
We need to do that.
Okay.
Keep up. If we don't do it live, for real, in Nollywood, when you want to show the policeman, and I'm using this to talk to every media houses out there, show the policeman carrying a very nice pistol, well-dressed, looking good, and a 4-year-old would be like, Mom, I want to be a Nigerian policeman.
But then that would be fiction.
That would what?
That would be fiction. But let's go to a quick break. When we come back, we'll definitely carry on this conversation.
This is it for upcoming artists to blow in Nigeria.
Welcome to Plus Trending. I am Buki November, your host, saying thank you for joining us on today's episode.
Welcome back. It's tea time on Plus TV Africa.
Practice makes perfect. I'm not perfect yet, but I'm a lot better than I used to be.
He's a king. He's entitled to marry 100 if he wants to.
Welcome back. We're still one-on-one with Sumi Smart Francis. Okay, before we went on that break, you were talking about using entertainment to help our perception of the things we want to change in the country. But I also said, wouldn't that be fiction? Because if you have a policeman dressing so nice and then a 4-year-old sees the policeman on the streets and they're not looking anything close to that, how would you explain that to them?
Let's be aware that that particular episode or that particular movie, it's not going to be watched by only a 4-year-old.
Okay.
It's also going to be watched by the relevant agencies looking at it. So we can also use this to educate the old and the young. Who knows? Maybe
use this to tell them what they're supposed to know.
You know what I'm saying? So they're like, okay, maybe our uniform is kind of like outdated. This version is good. Maybe those big heavy rifles are just too big. I like the pistol version. You know, just you can put it out there. So it's everybody that's going to be learning this thing. But I tell you, and I stand my ground on that we should use entertainment to show what we want to see. And I bet you, maybe who told you there's no fiction everywhere? Yeah, didn't we go to America? Our American dream. Was it our American dream? Did we see those hoods and all this? I'm like, is this America? Didn't you go to the UK? Didn't you see how stained those streets are in Europe? Didn't you see what we saw in Canada? But did they show us all those things when we were young? All we saw was that white, beautiful snow, and we just wanted to run abroad. And we got there, we saw, hey, New York could be like this. So yeah, come on, saw the fiction until it becomes real.
Okay, so in 2018, you were reported to be very unhappy with the organizers of Big Brother Naija show. And yeah, you said some things that generated a lot of conversations, and some were in support, right? But right now, you're talking about using entertainment to shape our narrative and our perception. Looking back now, do you still feel the same, or are you beginning to value that platform?
You're a wicked person. I've never been told this. Okay, now, because there's a lot of viewers, you don't want to waste that, right? So I'll only give an advice, which is the same thing I've said. Now you've got a lot of things, a lot of viewership on that particular platform. We can then begin to throw a little bit and feed them. Don't come on. Don't give them a whole bucket of it. Spoon feed, teaspoon filled. So yes, by the next time the next episode is gonna come up, you know, let's bring in let them do some creative things. Let them put some creative approach into the show. You know, let them put some challenge that has to do with quick thinking, positive thinking, and things like that. Sorry, I don't watch the show, so I don't know if they do that already, because now I could be criticized the more.
They actually do.
Yeah, so they should do more of that. Maybe that would get some of us also thinking and watching it more. But then I appreciate the fact that that model has been able to attract so much audience, and I appreciate the fact that we can still use it. And right now, I'm on spot, I can't really think, but I know there's a lot that can be done with that viewership. A lot can be shared with that viewership, and a lot of information can be passed. How about, for an example, voting? Everybody, it's showing them the power of the vote. Then you can just throw up a graph to show this is how much votes we got, and this is a country, this is how much votes we got. It's going to strike a thought process in every viewers right now. If I can vote for much of this, you can as well do this for your country. You know, you can use a graphic element to show the importance of voting education, tax education, so many things on that show. And you'll be surprised how much people will be educating through that platform.
But then that conversation has actually come up, and it's a case of, okay, so this X number of people voted for Big Brother candidates, right, or Big Brother housemates. And when it comes to our elections, you see a bit of laid backness in the part of the youth. And then they used to come out to tell you, okay, the process of voting for Big Brother is seamless, it's less stressful, it's just a phone away, and then the conversation of going electronic when it comes to politics comes in?
We won't go electronics in Nigeria now, because even though electronics is the person that is behind it. So that person will just press one button and everything will finish. So we won't go electronics. But what I'm saying, the creative approach I would have put into this is to tell all the housemates, and the big brother should announce, how many of you have voted in the last election?
Okay.
Start that conversation with them. Then they start having that engagement. I didn't vote, I voted. I didn't vote, I voted. Then there's some critics that come out from it. There's some education that big brother will tell them. Even expel somebody for not voting. The people like, wow, so you can really find something. We can create it. I'm sure you know you're a creative person. We can create something. And people will then understand that you need to get out there and vote if you want your country to be better. And do you know how much people has watched that episode? So it's possible to educate them through that platform.
Okay, so how is your relationship with Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
Oh, okay. How is my relationship with him? Asiwaju is the patron of the organization. So we have patron and patroness, and we have a couple of them, from Asiwaju Bola Ahmed to Mrs. Folorunsho Alakija to Dr. Sam Jonah of Ghana, the owner of ShopRite, Crystal Risa. We have tons of
them. Okay, ask that question because of my next question, which is on the recent petition to the EFCC by human rights activists, Deji Adeyoju, to probe Asiwaju's, they call it his bullion van now.
Oh, okay.
Do you think that petition was necessary?
Wait, I'm coming. Who am I to detect what a person's right and how a person should exercise his right? Who am I? Everybody's got a right to probe anybody. So, of course, the guy is exercising his fundamental human right, and he should be allowed to do that. I'm sure even my patron, our patron himself, is not going to deny that guy of that privilege. So, of course, he has the right to do that. He has the right to know. And, of course, he will get his what's it called? The answer to that request at the appropriate time or through the appropriate measures that he has used.
All right, one last word, because our time is up. One last word for entrepreneurs out there. What would you advise them to do now, especially in this dwindling economy?
Creativity. Creativity is king, man. It's the ability to see far beyond. The ability to hear you when you're not talking. The ability to see you when things are dark. Creativity is magic. You can make a huge lot of money from it. Create things, man, and don't stop thinking. And most of all, to exercise your creativity, you've got to acquire a lot more knowledge. So feed yourself with positive things. YouTube is beautiful. People don't know. You know, they just think watching of videos can just be Instagram and all those Insta stories, Snapchat, things like that. When you go on YouTube, do you know you can write anything inside there and you can learn it within an hour? How to fly a plane? Think about that. Maybe you'll become a pilot as well.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching. We've been chatting with Sumi Smart Francis. He's the founder and president of AYE. Thank you for watching. And remember, you can catch up on this conversation and all our interesting conversations on social media and on YouTube at Plus TV Africa. My name is Elsie Godwin. See you later.
All right, country people, greet on top this 0 o'clock. When we say join us for news on the hour for Plus TV Africa. This is not the today when I'm giving my name and I promise, Nehru. They say for Nigeria that they mark Armed Forces Remembrance Day on January 15th to honor members of the Nigeria Armed Forces. When we say they fight for the First and Second World Wars and those when we say they serve, or when we say they still serve for plenty peace support operation for Bodo the world. As Nigeria honor their fallen heroes, when we say they don't pay the Ogbonge prize for the service give the nation, they say they know they look the face of the families of the soldiers when we say they do this work as they fight the Boko Haram insurgency for the Northeast and other security challenge them for the country. And as they hot, we get Ambassador Roy Okidebe, one retired military officer and security service person when say join us for phone to talk in mind and experience onto this matter. So the question we say we want to ask him, we say, hello.
Hello, what will be the question? No, you never throw your question.
How you doing now?
I do.
I want sure say you did it
last time. Now I see the practice.
You be my guy. The first question be say, how you see the matter when be say they grant so based on your experience as it take concern how they take they look or not they look the face of the families of the fallen heroes for Nigeria?
In fact, you get where you go talk say, old soldier now, people go gather beating. Because everybody now just believe say, old soldier now suffer head position. When we dey join the army, then tell us say, we come serve our country. Somebody will serve country, I go come out, come dey sick, you no go still take care of am. He go come dey beg for him money. Everything where he needs, he must beg for it. And meanwhile, all these things not be wetin they ask for. Now something wey dey paper.
Right.
Say, okay, as you dey leave the army, now this one be your own, now that one be your own.
Yeah.
So, and even the civilians, because of politics now, civilians no dey respect soldier again. Because they don't use politics spoil the whole thing. So now, all soldier now suffer head position. I beg no na help us dey beg them.
Okay, that they hear you as you dey yarn. The second question be say, you fit tell us some of the work when say they expect from the army authority and the federal government if any soldier die for work?
Because now, as you see all these people where they retire for army now, many of them see they useful.
Okay.
Many of them see participate in state security. Many fit arrange themselves into group for community to support for intelligence. Because most of the things where they active well for them now their brain and the experiences where they don't face. So where civilian they fear to enter, waiting civilian no fit see to understand say this thing na risk na gbege also they go fit see am. State governors now supposed to partner with all these old soldiers. All of them supposed to come together, put their hands together, let them see how they can make the life better for these old soldiers, especially their medical, especially their housing, their children, schools. Because the truth be say, you dey already pay them pension. So you no need to come begin pay them one extra money. Only, especially like disaster management. All those kind of things when they need to support government. Government supposed to bring them out so that idleness no go dey worry them where they dey.
Okay. Why you not go make them put on for batting, Abi? All right.
Because the truth be say, people know. Everywhere you see old soldier, even the criminal boys, the young one will leave army, they tempt them. They tell and say, come join us, because they know say, in heart, na lion heart.
Yeah, and
so
he gets experience.
So come make their team strong.
All right, the third question be say, what if you say they cause waka when say they not take the look, the face of some of the fallen heroes and their families?
Well, all our fallen heroes, we are taking care of their family. You know, then all those things so now they do like celebration and everything. We are not supposed to pump too much money go there. Because the ones say they are alive, now they need care. Okay, they'll come die now. What you want to call them? Living hero will fall. Because the fallen hero now during battle, the one will survive battle called retire. What you want to call her? So all these fallen hero budgets where they do, maybe they channel them to give support to the widows, to the children, and the ones where they are alive.
The number 4 question I want to ask you, which arrangement or scheme the people for grant to tap into the experience of retired military men or the ones when we say they still they work to tackle the security palaver for the country?
You know, say many people will leave our Nigeria army today. They still they fit too.
Yes.
Many people now tired, they just tire. Because one of the greatest things to kill for a military, na their morale.
Yes.
Before you go fit kill a soldier, you don't kill in morale first. If not, you go kill many people before he die.
Okay.
You don't go down alone. So the Nigerian government made a look at the morale of the soldier.
Okay.
Because the young one where they live now, where see they combatants, government still need to put them together. Every state government, I don't tell my state, I say me I know from that state. Because they don't give us letter, may we go represent them for army.
Okay.
If to say you thief now, they go put and say, G1 Edo boy, he don't thief for army, he don't Igbo disgrace, or Hausa boy, don't thief, he don't disgrace Hausa.
Yeah.
But the ones who serve, we call retire. How many state governor don't call them together, give them handshake, give them certificate of return to the state, so that you go even get the database.
Okay.
So that you go interact with them, you go know their level. Many of us are bomb experts. Many of us can handle explosives. Many can handle weapons.
Yeah.
Many they with the strategies.
Okay.
They can plan any kind of military operation. You go see say na which them be. You need to put these people together state by state. Not be this Motec way that they do, where they want to take divert money. If they put that veterans together state by state, the solution, they're not going to go they look out for inside bush.
All right, Ambassador Roy, thank you for the information. Say you sum up for grant. I believe say the federal government, everybody that they hear what you they yarn, and they go do according to what you just talk. So thank you very much for yarn when we say do with us for Plus TV Africa. I greet you.
Thank you.
All right, I say plenty people, they're happy for the street of Abuja on Tuesday as the Supreme Court declared Senator Hope Uzodinma as governor-elect of Imo State. The Nation Apex Court rule say the March 19th governorship election inside Imo State it not go well as the law take put am, as they say vote from about 388 polling units no there. And they could say may they add them to the vote tally of Senator Uzodinma. Now the 7-man panel website Justice Kudirat Kekere a start for. Now he delivered the order give the Independent National Electoral Commission may they withdraw the certificate of return when say they give Governor Emeka Hedioha and make them give fresh certificate of return to Senator Uzodinma for inside the ground say he win the elections.
Well, first and foremost, we want to return all glory and honor to the God Almighty that we are vindicated at the end of the day. Our position from beginning to this end has been that the case of Imo is very unique. It's different from all election petitions in Nigeria. Because whereas others were complaining about non-holding of elections of the various units, Imo's election petition was about exclusion of votes from 388 units. The total votes amounting to 213,695 votes. This has been the case, and we thank God Almighty today that the Supreme Court saw the point we are making, that it is not a complaint about units, but a complaint about collation of results, and that if the 213 votes, 695 votes have been added, that it was Hope Uzodinma who scored the highest number of votes and had the required congressional spread. The Supreme Court has so pronounced, and we give all glory to God Almighty who made it happen.
We want to say that the God of Imo State has spoken. Yes. This evening, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma has finally been declared the elected governor of Imo State. Yes. This is the story that has been in the communities in Imo State that Hope Uzodinma won the election. But with manipulations, we lost the election. But now today, the Supreme Court has finally declared, has looked at all the issues and has declared Hope Uzodinma the elected governor of Imo State. At this point in time, all we need to do is to thank Almighty God for restoring hope to Imo State, for restoring peace in Imo State. I believe all the anxiety because of this singular act of the Supreme Court of Nigeria.
Meanwhile, the governor-elect of Imo State, Senator Hope Uzodinma, he don't give one order to all financial joint body when he said the state money day, make them not give any draft if further notice. This order come few hours after the Supreme Court declared him as the elected governor of the state on Tuesday. One later, when said they send go the regional garden and managers of all the financial joint body for Imo State, and when say Cosmos Ewu or Gakpatakota of the Senator Hope Uzodinma campaign joint body do on behalf of the governor-elect, now order the financial joint body made them not post any debit for the account of the state for their banks to tell them to do like that. The federal government don't say the new Southwest Security Joint Body, when say they call Amotekun, say na illegal. The Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami San, when say the chief law officer, he talks about security in the work of the federal government. For one year, this when say the special advisor to the AGF on media and public relations, Dr. Umar Gwandu sign, and the AGF takes say the joint body na illegal. As the yarn take day, they say the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 has and take amend them. He don't position the Army, Navy, and Air Force, when say the police and other plenty paramilitary to embody them, they and for the work of the defense of Nigeria. So because of this one, no state government, whether single or joint body, get the legal right and waiting sake to bring any joint body for the defense of Nigeria or any of their parts. This one did the sanction when the provision of item 45 of the second schedule of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as they take amendment, give authority to police and other federal government security service them, and the law put for ground say may them maintain law and order. Meanwhile, report and other people when say they're close to the governors don't say the Southwest governors go for the next few days, meet them fit and if you do legal work, I guess waiting the AGF they talk. They say because of the plenty killing and kidnapping, when we say the Fulani herdsmen they do last year, now make the Southwest governors for one joint body, when we say the development agenda for Western Nigeria do for June, they agree to set up Operation Amotekun. On Thursday, the governors start the security joint body, where we say get the Odua People's Congress, the vigilante groups, and the local hunters. Test for well water when we say no good inside Naka community of Gwa West local government area of Benue State. It don't make plenty people they ask questions past the answers for the people when we say that they stay for the community. Plus TV Africa don't do one better work at them. Cause save our soul message from the community as they cry for the groundwater when we say no good, as they see petrol for the well them. The DPRO don't start work as they do work of test when we say should say one petrol station near the community, now they cause harm. The people for the area don't they tell the DPRO, may they do something and may they talk how petrol take enter the well them.
We are not stopping here. We are going to increase the scope of this search because to us it's a major concern. You can't be harnessing refined products in water wells. It's not a good development, and we are not stopping here. All stations, all filling station facilities around here, 2 kilometers, we are going to investigate them just the way we did this. But unfortunately, most of the stations we have around